Don't let the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you, darling.
Okay, so what you just heard was both amps. This one, no pedals in front. This one with a distortion and pedal in front. And that's kind of what I want to go over today, is how you can achieve these really saturated, high gain, heavy metal tones. Now, heavy metal, as we all know and love, came from guys getting really loud amps, just cranking them to hell, and that's how they got their sound. So we have one example of that. We have the Victory VX Kraken. It's super high gain. We're using the second channel here, which is an American gain-based channel. Like, think about like a Mesa Boogie or something like that. And it works really great. I love this amp. And this is like the only tube amp this is the first tube amp that I bought. Then recently, on a certain April holiday, I acquired this Hiwatt Hi-5. It's actually a 5-watt amp. It's really tiny. It's super cute, but it's actually really loud. And it doesn't necessarily have any gain in it. It has a gain setting, but I don't want to talk about that. What I really wanted to delve into is how you achieve these sounds. Like I said, the traditional way, get an amp, it sounds good on its own, crank it, boom, you're done. But with so many tools available to all of us musicians now, there's just so many ways that you can get a high gain sound. You could have like a digital amp and like digital pedals in your computer and like your multi-effects. Or, a more common thing is that you get a clean amp, like this one. Like I said, doesn't have any gain in it whatsoever. And you can put a distortion pedal in front of it. So as you see down below, we have a plethora, you could say. The first one we have here is the SNK Pedals VHD Preamp Distortion. And what it is, it's supposed to sound like an amp. It's supposed to sound like a older Ampeg V4. And a lot of bands use those amps, and a lot of people really like this pedal for that reason, because it does kind of nail like the feel of a high gain amp inside of a pedal. And it's really high quality. They're handmade. They're, I think, around $230 is what they go for brand new. Whereas, on the very other side of the spectrum, we have the Ibanez Smash Box. I don't think it's supposed to sound like an amp. It honestly reminds me of a lot like a Metal Zone, but like a little bit better. It has a gate in it, which is kind of cool. And, it's got the buttons so you don't hit them with your foot. And it's much cheaper. It's like $40. I use them both all the time. And so that's why I kind of wanted to show these two in particular. Now, I kind of just want to show the pedals individually into the Hiwatt here. So let's give that a try. Okay, so this is the Hiwatt Hi-5, no pedals. Wow, beautiful. Amazing. It sounds really good. It's just clean, full. It's very full sounding. By the way, how did I not mention this amazing God City Instruments Craftsman 2, I believe is the model. And this is probably like the nicest guitar I've ever had. And yeah, that's what we're going to be using today. It's a great guitar. These humbuckers, they're pretty wide range, so I don't know. It's just great. So anyways, let's hear the VHD. Here it is clean. Wow. Big, full, fat, distorted sound. You can hear there was a lot of like definition. You can really hear the strings. And it actually cleans up with your volume. Great. Love it. It really does kind of feel like an amp. Like almost like another channel on the amp. Now it's super mids. Like the mids on there, that ultra mid, it's so powerful. That's why it kind of reminds me of the Metal Zone, is that the EQ sweep is so crazy. But how I have it set right now it is pretty much how I would use it normally. So now let's compare that to the Smash Box. Great sound also. Now you'll see it's kind of got like a honkier mids in there. You don't have a specific mid control. You only have a low and a high. Again, kind of similar to like Boss pedals. Again, the gate's kind of cool. The edge and the smooth is just it's kind of like a treble control. But as you notice, it didn't really clean as well with the volume knob. It was just kind of lowering the volume of the heavy distortion, whereas like the VHD, that actually kind of took away some of the gain. So just main difference there is when a builder is going in really trying to make it feel like an amp. The VHD really feels like it's real, like it's alive. Whereas a Smashbox, it's just like boom, all the gain. It's like all the gain all the time. That's it. It's just bam. All right. Now, let's take a look at the Victory. Now, it's 2 channels. One, not so high gain, no fun. Second channel, lots of gain. Let's check out that. So, here's the Victory, no pedals. So as you saw, the amp, it reacted so well to when I turned my volume down on my guitar, even just a little bit. Tube amps, in my mind, they're like alive. They're breathing. What kind of guitar you put into it, what kind of pickups you're using, the speakers that you're using, the pedals that you put in front of it, all of that matters. Whereas pedals, in my mind, they don't feel as alive. This VHD does react really, really well to your guitars and your volume, but if you're just somebody that goes and buys like the high gain Moore pedal or like just a really cheapy high gain distortion metal pedal, then it's gonna be gain 100% all the time. So just be aware of when you're looking for your distortion pedal. It's not necessarily about value, but you have to think about, well, what kind of high gain sound am I looking for? Am I looking for like a thrashy, Slayer sound, which all these things will get you. But if you're really going after like a Matt Pike high on fire sound, maybe it's all mids and amps. So maybe like a metal zone wouldn't work, or or like a whatever high gain like Digitech thing there is. Those things work, and granted, I grew up using the Line 6 Spider on the Insane, and it worked great. It worked really great for what I wanted, but for what I'm trying to get now, and the feeling that I get when I plug my guitar in, it's different. And that's the main point, is that everything obviously is different. There's no such thing as better. It's just, whatever works out for you. So I'm going to switch between the three high gain things without talking, and let's just see how different they all really are. So we're going to do the VHD, then the Smash, and then we're going to switch over to the Kraken with no pedals. Here we go. That was the wrong pedal. I'm going to do that again. So this is the Hiwatt with the VHD. Here we go. So obviously they all have their own characteristics. I feel like the Victory maybe isn't stacking up with the amount of just full-on gain, but I don't think I have the gain max, and I'll usually put an overdrive pedal, like a tube screamer, in front of it. So now let's try putting a tube screamer, and let's just do it with the VHD. So we'll do a tube screamer in front of the Kraken, tube screamer in front of the VHD. Let's give it a try. See, that was nice. The Victory had a little bit more room to grow. You put the tube screamer in front. It did boost the gain a little bit. The volume went up just a little bit. It was nice. Whereas the VHD, I didn't hear a whole lot of difference when I put the tube screamer in front because there's just already so much gain in it. There's really nowhere else it's gonna go. I think I heard it's a tube screamer, so the bass got cut out a little bit, but no, there wasn't too big of a difference. Whereas this, like I said, it reacts. You put something in front of it, it's gonna make a huge difference. Again, I this is a VHD. This is one pedal. All other pedals are totally different. Disclaimer. Now, let's just hear them both for fun. And I hope you enjoyed this video that we've been doing. And let me know which distortion sound was your favorite. See you in the next one.
Thank you.